Oh, Michelle,
That's the
You
way
should
it
see
felt.
it here on the set at 9 o'clock.
what did you do last night, Michelle? That's the big question. Okay.
Yeah, sleeping.
Yeah, sleeping. Good for you, Phil. Well, I had lunch with my boss over KFWB yesterday. Lasted for about 3.5 hours. A great lunch, terrific lunch. I think we had something to eat. Yeah, I think so. All right. Well, moving right along so far this morning and looking at the overall stock market activity, stocks have been flirting with that magic 4,000 mark, as you and I both know. That shaky dollar, though, and the financial problems in Mexico could cause more concerns in the overall marketplace today. Bonds are down 1 tick, the dollar higher. London stocks are slightly higher today, and U.S. stocks steady and very thin trading overseas. Meanwhile, on the Tokyo Stock Exchange, prices closed fairly firm on a wave of certainly index-linked buying. The Nikkei index gained 140 points. The dollar fell to a 28-month low, lowest against the mark ever, and the dollar at 93 2/3 yen. U.S. and Mexico are expected to finish talks soon on that $20 billion loan rescue package. The Mexican Central Bank yesterday raised interest rates to stabilize the currency. Overnight bank loan rates pushed up to 50%. Now compare that with our Fed funds rate, which is our overnight bank loan rate at 6%. But keep in mind, the peso has lost 37% of its value since its fall that started on December 20th. Bo Jackson gets rejected again. Nike has dumped him and Dennis Hopper from corporate advertisements. It will now focus on sports and fitness using everyday athletes. Teachers up in San Jose could soon be on strike. Both sides meet once again today. And 5 Chrysler plants up north have been hit by a strike. Some 3,000 members of the United Steelworkers Union on the bricks at issue job security. Checking now the activity on the COMEX this morning, we're looking at gold and silver, with gold up $2 and silver unchanged at $4.77. And Michelle Carlos, that is a look at business before the opening bell. Sounds for trading so far this morning. And I'm wondering, Michelle, just wondering, and I hope you folks will join us in watching Carlos this morning to see what else he's going to drop. I mean, you know, I can hardly wait, Carlos. You talk about tension on this show.
I have
quite a bit over there.
I have a very limited space here. I hope you can appreciate this.
Oh,
is not,
yes, Carlos.
This is not a grandiose, you know,
yeah, like I got a
set.
full studio down here, Carlos. Yeah, sure. Fine.
That's a good point.
But everything is well within your reach. I've been to your efficient workspace.
Efficient, that's the key word, efficient.
Michelle, let me ask Carlos a question. When? When were you here, Carlos?
Oh, I don't know, about 5 years ago.
All right.
I have been down there, actually. Jim has very little.
Yes, you're absolutely right, Michelle. Let me see, there's an 8x10 picture of Carlos.
Good,
there's an 8x10 picture of Michelle over here. There's a big picture of Barbara and Mark. Oh, well, that's about it. That's about all the room I have. That's it.
Jim, what time are you leaving for Arrowhead?
Let me see. What time can I leave today? I better ask you first.
As soon as the market opens, you give us our first report, you can bolt out of here.
Okay, well, I'll be bolting out very, very soon, Carlos. I'll be probably watching you, and should I look out for any kind of a vehicle on the road that you'll be driving, or will somebody else be?
Yeah, you'll see we call it Stage 1A, because it's so big. It's my big van.
Okay. I'll be looking out for that on Interstate 10.
All right, thanks, Jim.
All right, guys.
See you later, Jim.
Just ahead, court papers dive into the troubled past of Susan Smith. We'll have the latest on the case.
Also, getting the job you want may be as easy as a smile. We'll explain coming up.
They're all here. Spanky, Alfalfa, Buckwheat, Darla, Stymie, Porky, and Petey. With big fun. Big laughs. Big romance.
I love diamonds.
And big adventure. The Little Rascals. The all-new feature film is now on video cassette. Just $24.98 or less. Look for the $5 mail-in rebate offer.
Some days, I get these really pounding headaches. I used to take Tylenol, but it didn't always get rid of all the pain. So I've been using Advil for a while now. I found that on my tough headaches, 2 Advil work better than 2 extra-strength Tylenol tablets. Better than Tylenol gel caps. And you know, nothing's been proven to last longer than Advil. For my tough headaches, Advil just works better. Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
And for a cold, try Advil Cold and Sinus. It's tough on colds like Advil is on pain.
These days, you need an answering machine for taking messages, a pager so people can reach you, and a cellular phone so you can make calls anytime. Now, AirTouch combines them all into the new AirTouch message phone. It's just $129, and it's the first message-ready flip phone that lets you decide how to stay in touch.
Hi, got your message. What's up?
To get your new AirTouch message phone, call 1-800-AirTouch.
Get the performance of the best-selling European brand in the U.S. for no money down and just $199 a month. 2 years or 24,000 miles of no-cost scheduled maintenance and a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, the longest in the industry. It's the Volkswagen Jetta GL. Surprised? With Volkswagen sales up 96%, you shouldn't be. Join the Volkswagen Sales Success Celebration. Get a Jetta, no money down, and only $199 a month. See your Southern California Volkswagen dealer.
M is a routine stakeout.
Honey, I'm home.
2 undercover cops watching a killer's girlfriend.
Oh, I love my job so much.
But something happened they didn't bank on.
I don't like his smile.
Now, there's more at stake than a badge.
Get out of the house.
A KTLA premiere. Richard Dreyfuss, Madeline Stowe, Emilio Estevez, and Aidan Quinn. Stakeout. Tonight at 8 on Channel 5.
Court papers have confirmed that Susan Smith, the woman accused of drowning her 2 young sons in Union, South Carolina, was sexually abused as a teenager. The documents contain an admission by Smith's stepfather that he molested her when she was 16. Smith, who is now 23 years old, faces 2 murder charges. Smith's stepfather, Beverly Russell, is a prominent Republican in the state. He was never charged with the crime. Court papers also say that Susan Smith attempted suicide twice, and that her biological father committed suicide when she was 7. Smith's attorney says he has not decided if he will use the insanity defense. Smith's murder trial is scheduled to begin in July. A murder-suicide that left a father and his 3 young children dead is being investigated as a possible copycat crime. Police believe that Douglas Mont of Delaware picked up his children for a custody visit and then drove them to North Carolina. There, Mont shot the children and left their bodies in a burning van. When police confronted Mont in some nearby woods, he fatally shot himself. Police say the tragedy is similar to another murder-suicide just 9 days earlier. In both cases, the men were separated from wives who had full custody of their children.
Well, it seems that a good education is essential for getting a good job, but it may be time for America to take a reality check about what a diploma can do. A new survey says there is a big gap between what we learn in school and what employers want us to bring to the workplace.
Anthony Seniors is looking for a job. Seniors, who's seeking a position as a forklift operator, has a high school diploma and a trade school certificate, but employers don't seem impressed. He's right. His experience is the norm for Americans seeking employment, according to a study produced for the Federal Department of Education. When asked, what are the most important employee characteristics when hiring someone for a job, employers said attitude was number 1, communication skills was second, then work experience, then recommendations from current employees and former employers. At the bottom of the list, years of schooling, grades, the school's reputation, and teacher recommendations. Jennifer McGraw of Priority One, a temporary staffing agency, agrees.
That I have never found a situation where education was pushed over anything else. It's always been work experience over anything else.
This is true, according to the authors of the study, not only for manufacturing jobs or construction, for example, but also for white-collar and service jobs. Educational credentials seem less important than they once were. Possibly, according to Georgia's school superintendent, because American education has lost its way.
I think we can make the changes. I think that we've got to start with fundamentals and work from there. And basically, we've got to stop going along with every fad that comes down the pike.
But it's more than simple academics. It's making education more relevant to the real world. And right now, employers say a good attitude is more important than good grades. Brian Cabell, CNN, Atlanta.
Just smile your way through.
That's right. I've
Have
heard
a
that
good
before.
attitude.
I've
Yeah.
heard that before.
Yeah.
That goes a long way. That goes a very long way.
That's right. I'll be the best employee you've ever seen in your life. And just smile. I know I got terrible grades in school.
It's got to be genuine.
Yeah,
That's the
I know.
key.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, coming up, an injury bug bites another key Laker player. Carlos will have details in sports.
And if you're a Kings fan, well, I don't need to tell you. Ugh. Terrible.
Every 3/4 ounce Kraft single is made from 5 ounces of milk. How do they do that?
Every year, Saturn, the Big Dipper, pours milk all over the moon because the moon's made of cheese. Then the astronauts scoop up the single.
Milk makes Kraft singles taste great.
In the everyday world, it rains. With the world-class network from GTE, it rains too. You just don't get wet. Change the way you work. Change the way you live. It's amazing what you can do with the world-class network from GTE.
The quality-built California Regal is prized for its looks, for all of its luxurious appointments, for its convenience and safety features, for its powerful V6 engine, and for the fact that everything you're seeing comes standard on this car. And now this car is available with one more option that's designed to make it easier to drive. A great GMAC Smart Lease with a low monthly payment of $299. But you must hurry. This offer ends April 3rd.
Marie Callender's, where the chocolate's sinful, the cream pie's perfect, the cherries irresistible, meringues marvelous, the crust a creation. At Marie Callender's, we've been making pies the old-fashioned way, baked fresh every day since 1947. This month, every pie we bake is just $4.95. Marie Callender's, your favorite pie, $4.95.
Yes, this is what it's all about. The West. Its wide open spaces, the wind in your hair, and gasoline.
Gasoline?
Hey, at Arco, you can get 89-octane mid-grade gasoline for 14 cents less a gallon on average than at most other major brands.
Great.
Save 14 cents a gallon on average at Arco. You gotta love it here.
Who's back there? Welcome back. I guess we go to sports stuff this morning?
Yes.
Talk about the injury-riddled Lakers.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. All our local teams are injury-riddled. The Kings are, too. Okay, let's start with the NBA. Some bad news for the Lakers. Eddie Jones has gone on the injured list with a sprained shoulder. Jones suffered the injury Sunday night in a game against Portland. He could be out 4 to 6 weeks. The injury-riddled, as I said. I love that word for some reason. Lakers were in Tacoma last night taking on the Supersonics. Pick it up in the first. Nick Van Exel pulls up for the three. He was hot. LA takes an 11-0 lead. Seattle comes back. Detlef Schrempf, three-pointer, gives the Sonics a 4-point lead. Van Exel with a career-high 40 points. Watch him here, bank it home. Boom. Wow, long three. Sean Kemp kept Seattle in it. He scored 25 for the Sonics, but the Lakers have Seattle's number this season. Sam Bowie finishes off the Sonics. Watch this. Jam. That does it. LA shoots down the Sonics 108 to 105. We now switch gears to some hockey. The Kings were looking to bounce back from an embarrassing loss to Vancouver over the weekend. LA taking on the Canucks. I don't even want to show you this tape. It's ugly. All right, we'll start off with the King highlight. There you go. Wayne Gretzky finds Rob Cowie. He shoots, he scores, and Vancouver's Martin Gelinas moves through the weak Kings defense. The second goal of the game. It was ugly, ugly, ugly. The stick gets up, and Eric Lacroix goes down. Yikes. Third period, Pavel Bure with the blast. Look at that blast. Yikes. Grant Fuhr didn't even see it coming. Vancouver goes 4 of 9 on the power play. The Canucks hand LA its second straight spanking. 8-2 was the final. Now, if you're a Kings fan and you're looking down at the ice and you don't recognize anybody, don't feel like the Lone Ranger. A lot of us don't even know who's out there on the ice anymore. A lot of guys are hurt, McSorley and Blake among them. So we'll see if the new guys can continue to try to keep things together. Otherwise, they're just going to fall apart the way things are going. All right, what could be the biggest sports stuff item of the year? Well, besides the San Diego Chargers going to the Super Bowl, the 1995 City of Chino Triathlon was held over the weekend, and we have video. Yes, we do. Power Bar and KTLA had a booth at the event. Several morning news viewers and KTLA editor and marathoner extraordinaire Tony Fote started off with a little 5K run. Then the triathletes enjoyed a nice leisurely 13-mile trek on the bikes. They finished it off with a little 75-meter dip in the pool. I would like this part. Most of the first-timers weathered the heat and made it all the way through without collapsing. Congratulations to them, and we thank Power Bar and Tony Fauteuil for bringing us triathlon to television. In college hoops, the merry-go-round atop the AP's Top 25 poll continues. The Kansas Jayhawks became the nation's new #1 team about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. They celebrated, and they promptly went out and got beaten by Oklahoma last night. So they were only #1 for like 4 hours. UCLA is ranked 2nd and is in line to take over the top spot. The Bruins will be in Palo Alto tonight, taking on the Stanford Cardinal. We'll see how they do. Hope they can stay there a little longer than 4 hours. That's sports stuff. We're back with Mark in a moment.